There are no guards inside the prison, only prisoners and the worlds they have made. The rules are simple. Once you go in, you don't come out.
In this new series, we attempt to escape the congestion of Seattle and discover the solitude of the Pacific Northwest.
So she found a place called the 1 Square Inch Project that is one of the quietest places in America and is the quietest place in the lower 48. We're over here on the Olympic Peninsula, which is about a 3-hour drive for us. We can finally start getting away from some of the people.
Which has been difficult since we moved here.
What else is big government trying to hide? He knows there's Bigfoot in here. Just see the way he coyly played it off like there was no Bigfoot here? I know what you're trying to hide.
Do you have high hopes for there being no people, Christopher?
No.
Oh, okay.
So we live and work in and around Seattle, here in Washington State, and we're trying to get away from people, much like this buffoon that's been tailgating us for a long time.
Mysterious poop? Oh.
It's fresh. They're close. Pregnant female. 3rd trimester. Walnut heavy diet. She's just starting to lactate. Just starting.
Over 1 mile in. And there's still people.
Yeah, still a lot of people. The natives call it the tree of virility.
Wonder why.
You can say it.
Oh, this is the gateway to the 1 square inch of silence.
About 3.2 miles up the Hoh River Trail. And if this bird would stop chitter-chattering, we'd have a little peace and quiet out here in nature.
It's not part of noise pollution, Christopher.
Well, it feels like he's taunting us. We drove 3.5 hours to get here for him to chatter away in a quiet place.
And walk 3.5 miles.
And then I'm also a little bummed because you mentioned a quiet place, and all I've been thinking about is John Krasinski. And then apparently he has nothing to do with this. Yeah, they look pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Well, pretty sure we found it.
It's red rock.
It says on the internet to look for red rock on a stump. And these are red rocks on a stump. Or a log.
Whatever this is.
It is very quiet. Except you can hear the river, you can hear the Hoh River in the background. I was expecting there to be more people here, for sure. And some Bud Light cans and stuff.
It's pleasantly surprising.
Mm-hmm. There was a jet plane when we first came, but it just kind of veered around that edge. It wasn't, you couldn't hear it. It didn't fly directly over.
You're supposed to redirect the flight path. Yeah, all of them except probably that plane.
But it is very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk a little bit?
So this is called the 1 square inch project, and it's supposed to be for
What?
This is supposed to be quiet.
I'm gonna get a snack.
So, back to what I was saying. This is the 1 square inch project, and essentially it was like a sneaky way to preserve a large area of nature. In order to have 0% noise pollution, you have to be away from everything. So, everything around this one exact location is preserved so that this one exact location can have 0% noise pollution. You have like the GPS coordinates marked specifically for this part, and then for a visual effect, people leave one red rock in here.
Like a little peace and quiet.
So you can always bring a red
Really
rock
relax
and
man.
swap it out with
Take me to the
one.
mountains. Coors Light. Oh yeah. I deserve that.
You can swap it out with one that you brought and take one that was... God sakes, Christopher.
Ooh, refreshing. I'm nowhere near the camera. Nowhere near it. Fine. Fine.
Beep beep boop beep doop boop. Beep. So when you come, you're supposed to, as you see, most people take a red rock, and some people leave a red rock. Some people will paint one or something, but it's kind of a thing, kind of like geocaching, or, you know, it's got a little keepsake, somebody else, but if you're going to take one, you better leave one. So we thought, what's cooler than a stone? And that is a red miniature car, the same one that you drive and is in all your videos. So if there's any of you 65 fans out there that we have, like to have a little keepsake, there she is.